Okay, welcome back. And again, I apologize for the delay in getting started today. There were technical issues on my side in initiating the host component. So again, adapt, overcome, and improvise. So we probably lost a lot of folks at the beginning of it. So I do humbly apologize. However, given that this is a recorded session, I'll provide the recording link and folks should be able to watch the playback nonetheless. So I'm not going to expand the screen. I'm going to go ahead and leave it as is, if that's okay, so I can run through these and then again, ask questions as you have them. So again, welcome back. Okay, definitely appreciate your time today. I know a lot of folks are busy on weekends. So I do want to reinstate our monthly alumni events, I do check-ins and all that. Since I already know you, I'll go ahead and skip the welcome slide. And, you guys definitely are familiar with our mission, but we've navigated up under the Cyber Nomad umbrella, right? We have a for-profit and a nonprofit. And I know we had rebranded to Cybergence, but a lot of folks were having issues saying it and spelling it, right? So what's in a name? Everything. So went ahead and trademarked Cyber Nomad, and so that's where everything is up under now, to offer, businesses, families, and of course individuals with education and consultation services, right? So, and of course, focused on Alaska and the global impact, right? Overcoming limited infrastructure out here, connectivity, and of course, expertise. But we do want to foster, as we always have, inclusive, diverse cybersecurity workforce, okay? Folks that can actually do the job, right? Not just in theory, but in practice, right? So we have 5 verticals up under Cyber Nomad. The first is cyber intelligence. That's the cybersecurity and AI higher education, upskilling, reskilling. Cyber Shield, the risk assessments, compliance, right? And fractional CISO services, right? Cyber Spark is our mentorship and career guidance for IT pros. Cyber Champions, of course, is the grants, partnerships, donations, and of course, keynotes to expand our mission. And Cyber Guardians, which we've added more concretely with a 14-course bundle to protect families from cyberbullying, sextortion, and data harvesting on platforms like Roblox and Minecraft and what have you, right? And then, of course, we've got a proven track record with Department of Treasury, Department of State, FBI, et cetera, 35 plus years of experience. There's a money back guarantee if we don't deliver. And join our community on Spotify, YouTube, or Discord, right? So I'll go through that towards the end here on where to find those links. They're here in this slide deck, but they're also on the website. Cyber threats strike every 39 seconds, okay? And on average, it's costing $25,000 per breach, and that's a modest number, right? So we've helped many folks, as you're aware, but we're here for you for life, right? Whether business, school, family, or of course, student, okay? And here's some other customer wins. There were too many, of course, to put on one slide deck, but we're problem solution based, right? So we even saved money. We've saved Department of Treasury, for instance, $107,000 in extended service unit cost, and received laudable results during the 2024 financial statement audit for last year. So we're all about solutions. Here's, of course, our one of our training platforms. And we look forward to continuing with the R&D right on this. We can get this rolled out, okay? The demo, of course, is on the Cyber-Nomad website for anybody interested in reviewing it, right? If you have any questions. We do have our credentialing programs, which is a 30-day governance, risk, and compliance, GRC program, a 90-day accelerator program, okay? And our 6-month cyber defense and 6-month cyber offense programs. These start in January 2026, so we're going to do the whole year, okay? Which is why the first 6 months is all, of course, starts off again with the GRC overview, right? Followed by heavy on the blue team side, right? Especially SOC analyst driven, and includes credentials at this cost. And then there's a 6-month cyber offense ethical hacker program that starts in July, right? However, and then of course there's the 1-year extended program, which you all are invited to participate in. Those that are alumni, of course, it's free to you guys. Okay, so you guys get, everything free. All we ask is, like I said, you pay it forward. Okay, and of course, anybody here and of course watching the playback. Okay, you can use coupon code event26 to receive 20% off anything on the website for attending this event today. But again, everything is free to our alumni. It always will be. Okay, because I'm all about paying it forward, but also giving back. Okay. Yeah, all we ask is you pay it forward by referring someone to our programs to help fund our GSOC and operations costs. And we'll be our GSOC will be back full force in effect come January. So everybody will have the opportunity to participate, as optional, right? We do recommend it though. However, in the 4-hour increments on shifts, where you can, because again, that's how you get the hands-on training, which many of you participated in already. So you just it'll be a refresher for you guys. But we're going to go deeper. Okay. The link to the syllabus is embedded in our blog post. So let me go there actually. So if you actually click on the blog post titled Cybersecurity Mastery for Startups, SMBs, and Individuals, and in here has a link to our syllabus, right? So let me go ahead and go there. And so you can see everything. Okay, it's, I don't know how many pages, multiple pages, but it's a pretty comprehensive course. It includes AI, ML, includes all of it, right? But the first 6 months is concentrated on defense. And of course, the following 6 months is concentrated on offense. And then the capstone is a purple team exercise, right? Where, again, various role-playing, folks will participate as being a SOC analyst. Some folks will participate as being an ethical hacker, right? You do a purple team exercise at the very end. But it's hands-on, and it'll be on weekends, okay? So I'm not going to do it Monday through Friday because a lot of folks are, kids are in school now, right? So I'm trying to do it on weekends and even an abbreviated SOC program so that everybody gets the benefit of it, but not having to put the full-time commitment into it, right? So, because I know everybody's kind of working, have jobs and a variety of things now. But again, I'm all about continuous learning. So, and then there's a waiting list. So that's also there. It's in the blog, but then also on the website. Okay, if you navigate down on the homepage, you'll see, if you look for this picture here, and then of course sign up to start, and then it'll pop up a Google form, right? And then folks can sign up. Now there's different options within that, right? Because like I was saying, there was, if I go back, let's see, there's a 16. Now you guys that are here are the alumni, but it's at no cost to you. So you get all this at benefit at no cost just to show up and again, get your hands dirty, continuous, and, be hungry to learn. That's all. But other folks that have not gone through the programs, right? The bundling is $16,600, $1,383 per month, or $12,000 without the certs. But then there's a 20% off, of course, industry certifications through our partnerships, right? And of course, there's flexible monthly plans available. And again, for you guys, it's free. Okay, for the alumni. Okay. So, and again, you guys get me for life, and I want to institute these monthly alumni. So even if you don't participate in any of the ongoing programs, at least you have the ongoing alumni events that, we can do Q&A, right? See where you're talking about the wins as well as any escalation needs you may have, right? So, and again, anybody interested that's watching this, right, just navigate to the website, okay, because there is a Google form there, and elect which program you're interested in, the 30, the 60-day, the 30, the 90-day, 6-month, or the 1-year program, okay? And of course, the summer 2025 refresher course. So anybody that went through that, right, and completed it, okay, so I'll be sending out a quiz, basically, okay, and it's an open book exam to those of you that showed up for that this summer. And I do regret doing the self-paced program because, again, as you know, with self-paced, it's just like with accountability programs, right? Even with weight loss programs. If you allow somebody to do it self-paced, right, people are less motivated. I mean, some people are motivated on, but that's like 1% of the entire human population. Let's be real, right? Any program, no matter how passionate you are about something, it's always best to do it in a team effort, because then you have the live self-guided, you have the accountability partners, you have the team, cross-functional team kind of exercises, right? And it's more hands-on. And of course, it keeps you accountable, right? Keeps you there, keeps you motivated, right? So I will not be doing another self-paced program again, right? That was our pilot to see how that could go, but it did not go very well. And so, but with that said, those that did actually proceed to complete it, right, or at least completed the learning component, I'll be giving you an exam, open book. You have a month to complete it, and then you'll get a certificate of completion and an updated letter of recommendation for that. I also want to go back through all the LORs that were submitted for all the Cybergence folks that went through our internship programs back in 2023, because I do need to go and revise those to reflect now the new nomenclature and the updates, right? And the extended time, because many of you even extended beyond that as part of our SOC and GRC programs and everything else. And so I want to extend that so that when you're giving that to an employer, a potential employer, then you have an extended time by which you can put on your resume and utilize, right, for any job that you're seeking. Okay, that'll help create a lot more weight. Now, for mentorship sessions, okay, it's $99 per hour on the site, but free for alumni. Okay, so all you have to do to book a mentorship session with me, right, as an alumni, is use alumni 100 code, right, and it'll be free for you. Okay, all others can use that are watching this this session can use Mentor 25 to receive 25% off, right? So again, this also shows that all the stuff that our alumni get, for free as part of the ongoing commitments to the program, right? But it also puts a dollar point to it, because money is time, time is money, right? And so therefore, even though you guys are getting it for free, you guys are getting a value of this amount, etc. Right? And it kind of, I think, better visualizes the value you are getting for being part of our programs, whether or not you've been through it or not, right? So, and then of course, get involved, of course, right? So you can binge. The podcast was renamed to Hackers After Dark series. Look, I started that back a couple of years ago. And then it went through a couple of naming conventions as well. But, it's Hackers After Dark series podcast on Spotify. Okay, and all these links you can get from the website, right, or even the blogs, etc. Or you can just search it on Spotify, Hackers After Dark series, and listen on the go. I don't do the 90-minute episodes, because my thing is just listen on the go. So anything like 20 minutes or less, right? Something that's more digestible, right? So, and of course you can, you guys are already on the Discord, but there's the public Discord links also on the website as well to navigate through. And as you get open, public, it got pretty quiet in there for a moment. So I started posting a lot more in there. But again, any resources that you have, that's what that's for, is to continue to network, continue to, we'll also, as part of our alumni program, is we will, host various, study sessions and all of that as well, if you guys are interested in doing that. I was hoping that maybe a subset of folks would kind of take that on and do it from within the Discord, but that doesn't seem to be happening. And so that's okay. We're going to reawaken the beast, if you will, in a good way. And so that Discord should start popping now, right? I even also, some of the recordings we did from a year or two ago, I uploaded to YouTube, and I posted those links in those various channels in the Discord. If you're interested in like a refresher on ISO 27001, HIPAA, any of the CIS controls, except NIST, all that, right? So I went ahead and placed those links of those sessions, so you guys can go back and watch those at your leisure in Discord, so you don't have to pilfer through the YouTube channel. But we're Cyber Nomad Hackers After Dark on YouTube as well. I think we have, it's like 102 subscribers on there right now. But we have a lot of really good information right on there for you continue learning. I even posted the resume guidance sessions we did on both the commercial resume and the federal resume. I also updated and did a blog actually on that as well of and a podcast on LinkedIn. So the update based upon 2025 criterion. So definitely look to that for information on, again, I'm all about helping you. That's always the way I've been. And so again, all the links to join are on the website, and I'll post them here for you guys as well. And for anybody here, right, and anybody watching this back, you can use coupon code XCyber10 to receive a discount off of any service course on our site. But again, for any alumni, it's free to you. So talk to me first. You should be able to use Alumni 100 for everything on that site, right? But again, for alumni, and if I find out that you're not alumni, then it will be void. I do need to put a disclaimer in that because I do have the records of everyone that participated in our programs, right? So I don't want people taking advantage. But here's also the event registration link. It's found on our website, and of course on the Discord channel. I will be doing these monthly. Right now, the way I had to do it was using Zoom because that's, what's integrated into the website template. Okay. And so I have it monthly, like on the 13th. So it may not be on a Saturday, but what I'll do is at least it'll be in the evening. Right. So is what I've tried to accomplish. All you have to do is just register. Like I said, it's a Zoom event link, right? And it'll be in the evenings always. Right, to ensure that it's convenient for you all so that at least you guys have navigated through whatever you got to do during the day and then hop on, even if it's to listen, right? Because I get it, everybody's got lives. So with that said, navigate to our updated website. In fact, let's go there now. So if you actually hop on, I don't have a bunch of pages, it's just a huge landing page, right? With basically everything I discussed today is on here. Okay. All the booking links are here. Okay. Under the 5 verticals, even the mentorship link is here. Right. And again, if you use the Alumni 100, you should be able to book no problem, no matter what it is. Okay. And get 100% off of anything. If you're alumni, right? Here's the, for the sign up form for the Google form, right? That's here. Okay. So everything I've mentioned in the slide deck is on the website, right? To include links to our podcast, our Discord channel, our YouTube channel, right? Etc. And of course the demo for the Metaversity XR platform that, I hope to launch next year. So we're definitely getting on that. But anyways, yeah. And again, there's also links down here as well to the Discord, LinkedIn, and of course the YouTube channel. Okay. As appropriate. And our blogs, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, right, there's Roblox risks. I even did a checklist, honestly, for parents to implement, because I'm all about problem solution, right? I don't just talk about it. But there's actually a checklist on there on how to implement safeguards, right, for your kids using Roblox, at least, right? Here's how to maximize your cybersecurity and AI resume. And again, I go in depth. So like if you look at this, for instance, right, it's an actual checklist. So a play-by-play of what to go, where, and how, right? What configuration settings to maneuver through, okay, to implement the safer controls. Okay. And then of course, if you have, when you look at this one, this is the resume. So not only did I provide the recordings from about a year ago that we did on the commercial and federal resume, but I also actually put a list here, basically, reflecting, the metric driven component. I provided specific examples here. So it's easy, digestible to kind of walk through, right? And, so you're able to place it, in your resume, craft a really good resume for hits. And then I also did on the Spotify. I recently recorded, right? If we go to Spotify real quick, let me see. The most recent one, and I'll be uploading some more this weekend. So this is LinkedIn Mastery, standing out as an AI or cybersecurity expert in 2025. So these are significant updates to even the LinkedIn advice that I gave a year or two ago, right? So it's a nice refresher, but it's got some really good tips in there, tips of the trade in there. And it's, I don't know let's see how long it is. Let me see. I don't recall. But again, 20 minutes or less. I think this one was 20 minutes. But, everything here is digestible, right? So it's not like extraneously long. The ones where we did webinars, right? The sessions, as part of our internship programs and all that, some of those have been uploaded, to the YouTube so that you guys have it for ongoing learning, right? A lot of colleges and universities and programs only allow for like 6 months after access to the curriculum. I don't, because I know that people are gonna, need a refresher or say, okay, I forgot, let me go back in and review it, right? So everything from GRC to how to conduct a cost benefit analyses, right? All of that, how to present, right? Risk assessments, all those things are on the YouTube channel. So you guys can go back to. And what I did even to shortcut that for you is I placed it on the Discord channel, placed on the Discord channel the various, channels there for you guys to have access to. So definitely navigate there. Because I know sometimes navigating through YouTube, kind of everything kind of gets clustered together. And so sometimes it's hard to navigate or query exact titles sometimes on there. So I kind of made it easier for you and put it on the Discord channel in that way. But yeah, I do need to update the letters of recommendation for those of you, because again, we are not Cybergents anymore. We're Cyber Nomad. And again, we've already gotten tons of hits and conversions on the website just from changing the name. What's in the name? Everything, right? Because again, if you can't spell it or say it, because people were saying like Cybergants or with Cybergents, they were having issues, the spelling, and we were getting referrals even from the VBOC out here in Alaska even. And, but again, nobody was coming to the website. Why? Because when they leave you and say, oh yeah, you should check out Cybergents. Well, Cybergents who? And then, again, for Cyber Nomad's easy to say, right? Easy to spell, right? So cyber-nomad.com is the website. And that's for the for-profit and of course the nonprofit on there. The for-profit, we still support the large government organizations and of course, large commercial industry. The nonprofit was stood up so we can get access to grants and funding we otherwise did not have access to under the for-profit to allow for this, the SMBs, the small businesses that can't afford the services nor the education, as well as individuals, right? And so that ensured that we can get out in front of people and offer cybersecurity education and consultation to folks that just have a really, really tight budget, right, if you will. And we're asking even large companies to sponsor an individual, sponsor a small company, right? So we're going to continue, like I said, being a resource of active, information. I think what's important that, what's going to be needed is, even though there were some cutbacks in the cybersecurity industry, right? Those cutbacks were because, like in CISA, for instance, CISA.gov, under DHS, right? That program got severely bloated with evangelists and a variety of other things, right? And so they cut that. They did not lean out the actual cybersecurity experts, okay? So just note that. And a lot of the cuts that are happening right now, yes, they're in some of the junior engineer component, some of the junior developers. Folks now are vibe coding, but vibe coding, honestly, leveraging no code, what's coming up is that if you're a software developer and AI ethics and AI governance, and how to run the code through static and dynamic code analyses, right? A lot of the code is broken, needs quality control, right? And so there's that, basically vibe coding fixers, right? Has been a, where software developers where people think they didn't need them. Well, that yes, you do, because how are you going to understand if there's a break in the code, right? Or how to fix it, or how to run it through quality control, or conduct sprints, or anything like that. So, so that's arisen. And then the other element that's risen, if you can become a cyber AI hybrid, okay, to include, again, governance, risk, and compliance, AI ethics, AI governance as well. Understand the NIST AI framework, understand the Gen AI, OWASP.org, understand ISO 47001, and all of these things. You will be much better set for long term when it comes to cybersecurity. Because if you're cybersecurity, but you don't know AI, and I'm not talking just LLMs, it's completely different. So, you will be, you won't be able to stay relevant, right, if you don't combine that expertise. And so that's what I'm going to do with the 1-year program, is combine that level of expertise that you're going to need, right, to not only stand out against the pack that's out there, even against the ones that have been laid off, right? You're competing against those people. Some of those are senior, right? But this will give you the one-up of folks, and also to help you maintain your relevance going forward, right? So anyways, that's basically, let me, hold on. Okay, let me go back to the slide deck. So yeah, are there any questions, at least for now? And again, this was kind of, and I'm gonna download the MP4, okay? I'm gonna upload this, I'm gonna share the link, to, again, in the Discord, for those that want to watch it back. And if you watch it back and you get the coupon codes from the session when you watch it back, then you can use it. You just need to reference the event, okay, itself and the title. For alumni, again, everything is free, because again, I am here for you for life. I'm in your corner for life. I'm your biggest cheerleader, but I do mean that. And again, we need to reestablish the mentorship sessions as well. So go back to the website, please, and just type in alumni 100 and the coupon code on your checkout, and just book a session with me. They will be Zoom, because that's what's integrated on the website. But anyways, with that said, let me go and check the chat. And again, please accept my humblest apologies for the late start today. Again, I'm so used to using Teams again that I had issues with the host, and even the host code wasn't working for me. So, but at least we got it started, better late than never, right? And hopefully, like I said, the next ones coming up will be more smooth sailing, okay? And they will be Zoom. And anything internal Teams wise, though, will be MS Teams still. So let me see if there's any questions in the chat. Yeah, awesome, Stella. Yeah, and thank you very much. I appreciate you all. And again, my humblest apologies for the late start. But again, better late than never. Adapt, overcome, and improvise, right? Sometimes tech things happen. You just kind of got to roll with the punches, if you will. Do either of you have any questions or anything? Anything I could project? Oh, I do need to navigate you guys from the Cybergence teams to the Cyber Nomad team. So I'll be taking your emails that you have there, the Outlook emails and all that, and I'll be navigating to the Cyber Nomad teams. And so look for an invite for Cyber Nomad. Know that it's legitimate, okay? Because I'm navigating off of Cybergence AI, and then everybody will be on the Cyber Nomad. And by the time that we get that finished, like I said, our next session is the 13th of the month, and then we'll be kicking off that 1-year program, come January 12th, I believe it is. Let me see if there's any questions. Oh yeah, okay, no problem. So Nadia, if you want, like I said, create a new. Oh yeah, no problem. Okay, no problem. Okay, so create a new account, if you will, for the alumni. We'll do maybe another one internal, and I'll invite you to the teams, and maybe we'll just do it there. So make sure you guys are added live. We'll just do an internal one that we won't share the link. We'll just kind of share it internally for everybody to work. So look, I appreciate you all, and yeah, thank you all. I mean, it says a lot that you're here. Yeah, no problem. Look, I'm here for the long haul, and I did mean that. Honestly, when I said that, I meant that, right, is I'm here, career services for life. Career services should be for the lifetime of somebody's career, through when they go junior, intermediate, senior, et cetera. And we had some senior folks come through our program, even some CISOs come through our program, right? So this is for anybody listening. This is not just for entry level. This is for folks that either want to learn a particular governance, risk, and compliance component, like we had a doctor come through our program, a medical doctor. We have had a variety of folks that come through our program for a variety of different needs, right, to augment what they're trying to do at their organizations, right? But yeah, I'm here for life for you. I meant that when I said that, and I do mean that for all the alumni that came through in 2023 especially, right, and stayed on, especially for the SOC program, et cetera, even after that. Yeah, you will always have a place in my heart and in the organization, and for continuous learning, because it's ongoing, right? And I'd rather have you get it from a place of genuine authenticity, right, than having to navigate through the quagmire of chaos on YouTube. And, there's so much junk out there, right? So it's like, even AI, a lot of people, even on X, are professing to be AI gurus, and they're not, actually. They're not. Or branding gurus, and they're not, right? So or cybersecurity, right, experts, and they're clearly not. So which is concerning, which means there's a lot of misinformation out there. So I'd rather, how it is, I bring receipts and I provide legitimate, authentic resources for you, right? Authoritative sources, so that you can go and inquire even on your own, because you don't have to believe me. In fact, I implore you to go and inquire on your own. But I'd rather have you guys run through the programs, do follow-up, do ongoing learning, and so you guys have access to a whole gems full of, like a gold mine full of information, not only for now in the present, but also for the future, so you guys can stay relevant in your fields and actually do the job. So anyways, with that said, I do appreciate you all's time today. I will be providing a link to the recording right as soon as it's available in the Discord channel for anybody that wants to listen back. And yeah, just ping me. Like I said, we'll do a follow-up internal one on Teams, or maybe just on Zoom, just initially, so we can do, like I said, the hands-on, get you guys navigated from Cyvergence AI to the Cyber Nomad, so I can make sure it works for you guys, But anyways, all right, with that said, any final thoughts, questions, anything before we close out? Okay, I'm going to assume that's a no. All right, well, thank you, ladies, for attending. And yeah, I look forward to the next ones, okay? Don't forget to navigate to the event link, because it's a registration Zoom link. And therefore, you can just have access to all the upcoming alumni ones. And then I'll be sending you another invitation for the internal session we'll have to get you navigated off, migrated from Cybergence AI to the Cyber Nomad stuff, okay? So look forward to that happening in the Discord channel. All right, see you shortly, okay? All right, you guys have an awesome weekend.